What is the rake? It kind of goes without saying that in cryptozoology, you come across some pretty strange things. 10-foot-tall ape men that wander the forests of North America, surviving dinosaurs, and even real-life werewolves are just scratching the surface. But across the country, sightings of the skeletal, snow white, and downright demonic rake are being reported, and they're increasing. So there's one thing I want to get out of the way. The internet stories called Creepypastas about the rake are works of fiction, but given their vast similarities to the creatures that people do actually report seeing in real life, the name rake has been assigned to the creatures. Similarly to how some people will call dogmen werewolves upon first seeing them. It's not necessarily exactly what they are, but it gets the idea across. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about just exactly what the rakes are. They are humanoid-type creatures, described as extremely pale, gaunt, with black eyes and 4 monstrously long limbs that they maneuver around on. They're said to move quadrupedally at terrifying speeds, make sounds that resemble a dog's bark, and inhabit abandoned buildings, with most sightings coming from down south. A video from Canada of one of them stalking a moose seems to imply that they are carnivorous in nature. The name rake comes from the long, razor-sharp claws on the end of their limbs, which resemble a rake's shape. The ancient Arabs told stories of ghouls, supernatural creatures who subsisted by eating humans, similar to the Algonquin Wendigo. Ghouls, who are well fed on human flesh, are indistinguishable from normal humans. The longer a ghoul goes without feeding, the less human it looks. A ghoul in the later stages of starvation will be extremely thin and pale, with veins clearly visible through the skin, and will have long, claw-like nails. Ghouls were also said to be stronger than humans on average. Like pretty much all cryptids, no one really knows what these rake creatures are. Given their physical description, there's no currently live animal or ancestor in the fossil record that seems like it could potentially be related to the rake. The prevailing theories being that they are some kind of demonic or perhaps extraterrestrial creature. But I have a hypothesis of my own that no one else has really discussed. That the rake is an animal with mange. Okay, hear me out. I'm no fan of people who will write off any Bigfoot as some diseased bear, but I don't think it's any animal that we're familiar with. I think the rake is in fact a sickly dog man. It would certainly explain the size, the claws, and the, dog-like noises. While dogmen are most often spotted walking bipedally, most sightings report them employing both quadrupedal and bipedal movement. The bipedal movement of dogmen is more what makes them likely to be spotted. And finally, the rake living in the south and taking shelter in abandoned buildings would certainly make sense for a creature that's used to having a thick coat of fur to keep it warm.